welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. So last night there were major technical difficulties in uploading, and I didn't get it uploaded till this morning, and I had to do it in like the worst possible quality. So I apologize for that, and that is not indicative of how the videos usually are, but it was all on YouTube's end because it kept canceling. The first one took like 2 hours. Oh my goodness, it was ridiculous. But hopefully tonight goes better, so let's get right to it. At the Metro Court, Carly wants to give Kiki the rest of the night off so she can, go enjoy herself, or, meet up with Morgan. Morgan, you might want to meet up with Morgan. That sounds fun, right? So Kiki mentions how Ava has kind of chilled when it comes to their relationship, and that puts up, I feel like Carly, that puts up a few red flags, but nothing that she knows to act on or anything like that. So at the park, Sunny wants to meet with Morgan in the park at night. I don't know about you, but parks around here close at night, so you probably shouldn't be there. But apparently Carly's upset about Morgan's fight. So Sunny says that Morgan has to work with his medication. It's not like the end-all be-all. Like, he still has to have self-control. So Morgan asks how Sunny's gonna keep in control when he sees Julian, and he talks. Sunny talks him through it, and then Morgan talks very in the business, and like Sunny kind of. He kind of sees what Carly says about like keeping them away from the business, or the way like Morgan talks, but he uses it as kind of a learning step, because Morgan's talking about planning and not getting caught because he'd be the #1 suspect, and Sunny's like, now talk me through the consequences, like what would that mean? So the conversation has its lighthearted parts where Morgan's like, well, I'll bring this up at therapy, not the mob parts though. And then Kiki arrives and Sunny leaves. At Kelly's, Julian is free, and like a part of me, like, I'm glad, kind of. Like, I'm not happy that he got away with all that stuff, especially the Duke stuff that we have been like seeing for over 2 years now. It would have been nice to have more of a resolution on that, but just story and actor wise, it uncomplicates things, So he wants to know how Ava managed it, and Ava changes her mind about going to Kelly's after she sees Paul's in there. So the waitress tells Paul that he'll get another crack at Julian. Guys like that just can't help themselves. Now, I don't know who this waitress is, but I feel like I could have been hired for this part, so I take it a little personally. So Julian and Ava talk to Paul. Paul makes it sound like the GH killer is a woman. Could he possibly be thinking of setting up Ava? Because I think Ava catches that a little bit, or like something makes her very uncomfortable. So she goes outside to talk to Paul. He yells at her, and they basically tell each other to go to hell. And she knows that like she did bad. Like, she has now gotten herself into a situation because she just does it. That face. I love Maura West. The faces she makes as Ava. It really is one of Ava's only redeeming qualities, is those faces she makes. So I already said that. Ava comes back in. Julian really wants to know how she pulled it off, and she doesn't want to tell him. And he's worried if she's in his debt, what'll happen to her when he's ready to collect. So she wants him to just let it be and focus on rebuilding his life. And he's like, yeah, I gotta get Alexis back. And she's like, are you kidding me? Like, you tried to kill her. What are you doing? And she reminds him that, everyone wants him dead. So he might want to focus on that instead of getting back a wife he definitely won't get back. So Kiki and Morgan are outside, and I'm like, uh-oh, this isn't gonna go well. Something bad's gonna happen. So Ava tells Julian to get in survival mode and neutralize Sunny before Sunny comes after him. And when Morgan and Kiki come in, words are exchanged. And Ava's like, aren't you going to congratulate your uncle on being free? And Kiki's like, sure, congratulations on getting away with 2 murders and, 1 botched one. And I was like, oh, Kiki. I love Kiki. I love where she's at right now. Kiki just makes my heart flutter. So Julian pushes Morgan's buttons and he threatens Sunny. And then Morgan grabs Julian and throws him on a table, as you do. So, because, Julian was saying things about his medication and anything he can do. So the waitress is like, I'm calling the cops. And Ava and Julian push even more, and Kiki gets Morgan out of there. And Morgan had, Ava, when Morgan walked in, had said something about, oh, like, there's her project now or something. So back at the Metro Court, Carly talks to Sonny about Morgan and the fight, and he says that he talked to Morgan, and he feels good at where Morgan's at. I go, yeah, as far as you know right now. So Sonny lets her know that he took what she said into account about the whole violence and the cycle of violence and all that fun stuff. At the Quartermains, Michael and Tracy and Griffin are working on funeral arrangements for Sabrina, and Claudette calls Griffin and he's like, no, bye, busy. So then they choose a picture to go above Sabrina's casket, and like Joe apparently has already brought a Teddy to Puerto Rico. So does that mean we're not going to see Joe anymore? Like, what was the point of bringing him back? Well, I guess so he could take Teddy. Really? That was the point of bringing him back? So Michael knows Sabrina would want to be buried with Gabriel, so they have to then tell Griffin who that is. So Tracy already covered the reception, flowers, obituary, and Mikey. What am I doing? Michael's, he's glad. Well, he's not glad, but like he's not angry about that. Like, he's okay with it. And Tracy leaves to check on Monica. Michael tells Griffin about how he put a stop to any custody fight that would have happened, and yes, he does miss Teddy, but it's better like this. Sabrina would have wanted him to be with him. Paul's there, and he gets his needle out way too soon and like walks up the stairs, but he only gets like halfway up, and Tracy's like, I know what you're doing. Really, Tracy? Do you? Because I feel like you don't. So he came to interview Monica, apparently. Definitely. And Tracy won't let him in because he's not on the list. So they talk, the doorbell rings, and then Tracy leaves Paul. And I'm like, no, don't leave Paul. Ugh. It's Sonny and Carly, and Michael was kind of bad-talking Carly, you know, how if anyone knows using someone, it's Carly Corinthos. And Michael tells Sonny that Joe isn't pressing charges against Morgan. My hair looks really cute tonight. Well, it's dark and I have a filter on, but still, can we appreciate this for a second? Okay, we can move on. So Sonny gives Michael a donation for the clinic that's yet to be built. So prenatal wing can be made in Sabrina's name. Michael asks if Carly is in on this because if the money wasn't giving honestly and she's just trying to make herself feel better, and Carly's like, and like leaves the room. So Tracy and Paul come in. Paul sees all the pictures of Sabrina on the table, and Tracy's talking about how he has to get the maniac killing at the hospital, and he's just not paying attention at all. At the terrace of the Metro Court, Nathan doesn't want to talk about what he has to talk to Maxie about there, and Maxie's like, yes, we can talk here, and Nathan's like, yeah, Claudette has a daughter, she says he's mine. So there's that, and Maxie's like, oh, what now? So he says, like, look, she just told me like 2 seconds ago and I came to you first, like right now. I couldn't have told you any sooner, physically. So Maxie says they're getting a DNA test. She doesn't believe Claudette, and neither do I. None of us do. Ha! Down Claudette. So Maxie doesn't, she like way doesn't believe it though. And he says like, you know, what are they gonna do if Charlotte is his? And Maxie's like, I'll jump off that bridge when we get to it. And I was like, hey, I just talked about jumping off a cliff yesterday, and now this makes me want to do that. So me and Maxie, we can hold hands and just jump right off. At Claudette's, I know, lovely place, right? So Claudette calls someone to give her, gives her full name and says, you know, I know I'm not your favorite person, but I can change that. And I'm like, oh, who are you calling, lady? So, turns out she called Obrecht, and she threatens her with her granddaughter, and I thought this was a secret, but suddenly she has all these pictures of Charlotte, and she's just gonna tell everyone. So Obrecht totally isn't believing her, and Obrecht asks if the little girl has an aptitude for science, and I'm like, really? That's gonna be your deciding factor? So Maxie and Nathan arrive, and Obrecht is still there. She seems to believe Claudette now. She's verklempt. She has tears in her eyes. She was watching videos and seeing pictures of Charlotte, and there's just, you know, there's, you know, a lot of things for a child that was supposed to be secret 2 seconds ago. So Nathan and Maxie stand strong together, and Charlotte apparently is so intelligent, you know, she just must be Nathan's. And Maxie's like, yeah, hey, we're doing a DNA test, so about that. So Claudette Claudette says she won't risk bringing Charlotte out of the word book for a DNA test, and she's kind of offended. She doesn't say that, but she looks it. Seriously though, my hair did not look this good like today when I was at work, but like, oh, and the bangs, like, just, sorry, I'm just moving on. Back at the Metro Court, Ava and Julian decide that that's where they need to have a drink. Okay. So, Ava assures him Morgan will be no consequence to any of them soon enough. And, like, I'm not even going to say it because it doesn't even need to be said. You know what I'm going to say. So, Carly and Sunny arrive, and they see Ava and Julian tells Sunny Morgan is about to get into more trouble than he can handle, and Sunny sees that as a threat. So, mark this as the day the cycle started again. We are at day 1. And now the end scene. Claudette has some of Charlotte's hair in her necklace, but the hair is brown and Charlotte's clearly a blonde. And Maxie's like, this hair is brown. You could have just taken it from Nathan. And Claudette's like, well, first of all, her hair lightens up in the summer. Like a whole change. Like, it's not like she's just somewhat blonde. She was like kind of platinum-y blondie, but whatever. And if it was just Nathan's hair from the past, it would come up 100% Nathan, and pretty sure I didn't clone Nathan. But Maxie's already, like, she's gunning for her, and they're gonna test the hair, and I'm like, I can't. Maybe she spliced DNA together. Maybe Claudette is like a mastermind. I don't know. So Griffin, or they'll just switch some results. So Griffin counsels Michael about his anger directed at Carly, and, you know, being mad at Carly won't bring Sabrina back, and he's just going to wind up losing his mother and Sabrina. Paul says he can't do anything about the hospital. He's just such a victim. And Kiki and Morgan fight, and the way the camera, it wasn't like the steady camera, it had a bit of a bounce to it. I was just ready for Morgan to, like, maybe punch Kiki or something. Not that I want that to happen. I was ready for something, like, to happen. And so Morgan's angry. He doesn't understand why she's not on his side about this, and Morgan decides he has to do something about Julian. Okay. Julia tells Sunny that he's coming after him, and Carly tells Ava to get Julian out of there, and Julian says that, you know, she better stop because he can press charges against Morgan. And after they leave, Sunny tells Carly that she was right. He has to stop Julian. So I don't think that's what she said exactly, but, you know, whatever. Oh my goodness. It's just, oh my goodness. So, as some of you may or may not know, Brian Craig is leaving General Hospital, and I believe they said some of his final episodes will air in November. So is this the setup to Morgan leaving? Does this mean Morgan's going to be incarcerated? Is he going to be recast? Is he gonna die? Like, what's gonna happen to Morgan? Because I feel like they're starting the setup. Like, this is it right now. Are you getting that feeling too? And I will announce tomorrow what we're voting on this week. I haven't even had a chance to, like, get my thoughts together yet. But let's hope this video goes up easily, and I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. Not quite this late, hopefully. And I will see you then. I hope you have a great night. Bye.